Well, hello out there in YouTube land. Welcome back to another episode of Greg's Mowers and More. My name's Greg, and today we got ourselves a little Briggs and Stratton 6S. These are neat little antique engines. This is probably the second or third one I've had. I got this one for free off the marketplace. Some guy was in a big hurry to move and just giving away all his garage stuff. And I said, "Are you sure that's free?" He said, "Any more free and it's going to be on the curb in a scrap pile." I said, "I will come and get it." So, come and get it I did. He said at one time he had it running. He didn't say how long ago that was. He said it needs some TLC, and we're going to find out what that TLC is today, I guess, because we're going to try to get this thing running. Now, first impressions, pull rope's missing. He probably tried to start it and pull rope broke off. That's all right, we'll try to fix that. We got what looks like a clean carburetor. Somebody cleaned the carburetor at one time. Spin this around for you guys. It's obviously been repainted. That's obviously not original paint. We got some paint marks here. We got our 6S. Let me try to bring you guys in here so you can see the tag on this thing. Yeah. So there you got your type and your serial number. I'm not sure what year this thing is. You got some damage on the muffler there. She's been kind of beat on and probably laid over, and who knows, I'm sure this engine's seen a thing or two. It's on a decent little block of wood there, like you'd expect for a little engine that's been put in the basement. You know, maybe taken to a show or two at one time or another. Hard telling. I do want to apologize for the audio quality ahead of time. We got birds chirping, chickens in the background, people going to church. But I hope you enjoy those things, because it is a beautiful morning here in Central Illinois today. It's probably about 65 degrees out. The sun hasn't hit my little workbench here yet, so I'm kind of happy about that. Been out here going since about 6:30 this morning on stuff. I had to fix my truck. I had to fix my son's car. I got a new toolbox from work that I just moved all my stuff into that won't blow over in the wind anymore. So that's a good thing. So I guess the first thing I want to do here is I want to take a little bit more of a look around. Let's take this air cleaner off and see what it looks like. It should be an oil bath air cleaner, because I'm believing this engine's probably from the 50s. If I had my guess. It's probably on a reel mower or something at one point in time. Something like that. Who knows? But we're going to take this off, see what we got in here. Okay. We got no oil in the air bath air cleaner. There should have been, but there wasn't. You can obviously tell that filter housing's off a different engine. It's not painted the same color. So we'll put our little wing nut back on there. We have what actually looks like maybe a little bit of water in that carburetor. It doesn't smell like gasoline. Okay, I'm gonna need some pliers to get that off. That seems like it's stuck on there pretty good. Well, how you guys doing out there in YouTube land today? Hope you're doing all right. Oh, wow. Oh, that fuel cap seems like it's on there pretty good. Oh, there it goes. There, it's wanting to move. Okay. We got tons of rust. I'm gonna guess this thing ain't ran in quite a while. Quite a while. Yeah, we got crusty rust down the bottom of that tank. Okay, let's see if we got any oil in this thing. do have oil in there. It's pretty clean. Smells a little bit like gasoline. It's obviously been in there for a while. All right. Let's pull our spark plug out. It's actually sitting there loose. Look at that. Interesting. It's definitely running rich. All right. Well, let's give her a little bit of Recoil down there because it's obviously been a minute since this thing ran. It does look pretty decent down inside there though. Give her a little bit of Recoil. I guess maybe I better pull this front shielding off. This is old enough it actually has large flat blade machine screws in the side of it. A lot of the old Briggs and Strattons did. Got some real nice old machine screws. There's one. Should be one over here, I think. Yep, right there underneath the gas tank. And I think these got to come off. These two screws up here. They're either a 3/8 or a 7/16. Cannot believe how beautiful of a day it is. I just absolutely love it when mornings are nice and cool. There's a gentle breeze. You can hear the sounds of nature. Doesn't get much better than that. There we go. Then we got our cover off. All right. See if it feels like it has any compression at all. Yeah. Yeah, it does. Okay. Cool deal. I wonder if I can't get a socket that'll fit that and spin it with the drill. Man, bigger than that? Dang. Alright. 1 inch. If that acts like that'll do it. Throw a little bit of penetrant right here on this starter clutch mechanism. Kind of help it out. All right, let's wheel this thing over. Well, all right, let's see if we have any sparks. We do. Have a nice hot spark out of that little guy. That's crazy. I wonder if the drill has enough oomph to wheel it over with the plug in it. Let's see, probably not, but maybe. I kind of doubt that's going to happen. Maybe if we get it off of compression. We'll find some card cleaner to put in there. We'll see if we can't get it to pop just for a second. Alright, there ain't much in there, but it might be just enough. Oh geez. And the can's broke. That won't do, will it? Okay. Guess let's try to figure out something to do with this recoil starter here while we're at it. Alright, looks like the rope came through there. I have some old rope here that I'm going to try to use. Need to get cutters though. Sunday, so the hardware store's closed, so I can't just go get a new piece of rope. Just kind of trying to do what I can with what I got, guys. It's not perfect. It's not an engine that's going to run every day. Yeah, this one's going to be fun. First thing you got to do is put some reverse tension on it. This one's got a really, really old spring in there that I don't want to hurt or mess up. So I don't want to put too much tension on it. And that's about the limit of the tension I'm going to be able to put on it right there. Yeah, it's kind of janky. Real janky. But for a free Briggs and Stratton, what do you expect? I'm going to try to feed that through there like that. Get it to go out the hole. Get my little needle nose pliers in there and grab it and make it go where I want it. Something like that. And we'll pull that through. I almost think that I don't know. That's probably not enough of a knot there. Probably better wedge this thing so it can't move. It's still trying to move. Try to get another knot in that. Make sure it can't pull through that hole the first pull that I go to pull it. There we go. Alright, now. Alright, we got a little bit of pull on there. I guess I probably could have used the shorter one and got by just fine on it. But here's what it is. We're already there. We're going to move forward. do have another video on there of doing a pull rope on something I know. So if you need to know how to do a pull rope, check that out. There we go. I'm gonna leave it about there. I don't know if you guys can see that or not, hopefully. Right there. Pull her out a little bit. Tie a nice little knot in the end of that. There we go. Go down in there like so. Cut off our little end. I'm going to cut off our end in here as well. There we go. We'll spray some penetrant down in here to get into that spring and stuff. Try to help this recoil out. There we go. A working recoil. Let's throw her back on. Alright. These tabs have to go up and over your block, well, your cylinder head here. Like that. You can start them in your head. Oh wait, never mind, I'm forgetting already. This piece has to go on. This is the piece that allows you to kill your spark off when you want to shut the engine down. Pretty impressive, this thing still has spark. It's pretty obvious it hasn't had any fuel in that tank in a long time. It's pretty bad in there. But we had another one of these old Briggs on the channel not that long ago. And we ran it off a crappy tank, so it stands to reason this one might run too. We'll find out here very shortly. Let's get our machine screw started. Fraggle says hello and good morning out there, wherever you are. Can't just say America, because you guys are all over the world out there. We got North Ireland, Australia, England, a whole bunch of places. People from everywhere. Sure am thankful for y'all watching. Okay. Machine screws are in and tightened down. Tighten down our top bolts here in the head. One over there didn't act like it wanted to go in too good. This one's going just fine. Probably gonna have to take another look at that. Oh yeah, started to kind of go cross-threaded on me. Don't want that. Alright, there's that. Now let's go ahead and make sure it's going to roll the engine over. Yeah, you get a little bit out of it, not much. Alright, I think I'm going to go ahead and drop this tank down off of here. Have a look in it. See what the carburetor looks like. Might as well just go all the way on this one. Somebody was probably trying to get that muffler off of there to get that carburetor out or something. I don't know. Maybe they thought there was another screw underneath there for the tank. There ain't. Moving out there now. You gotta treat these with kid gloves because you can bust these off real easy. There's not even a screen on the bottom of that. I think we're gonna pop that carburetor off too. These are very simple little engines. Not much to them at all. Doesn't take long to tear them apart. And they were designed that way. Alright. Yeah, you can see there's no sort of screen here. We got all this corrosion. Very simple carburetor. It just sucks the fuel up, pulls it in through the main jet, and away you go. I don't know about you, but I'd say that's pretty dang rusty in there. And we got a little bit of varnish here on the bottom. I wonder if maybe this tank's not leaking. Maybe the bottom's not rusted out in a place. I'm going to take this over and go run some water through it and flush out as much of that rust as I can. Then we'll come back. Alright, so I washed the tank out. I got it sitting over there in the sun trying to dry all the water out of it. That's going to take a little bit. While I'm doing that, we're going to go ahead and zip through this carb real quick. Wait a minute. Just dropped one of my screws. I don't need to do that. Okay, there we go. Don't need to be losing tank screws or anything else. Alright, let me see here. Right. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and remove the main jet here. I think it's a 7/16 too, wouldn't you know it? So, pop it right out, see what it looks like. Not bad. Not bad at all. Now, I don't know if you guys will be able to see this or not, but there's actually a removable jet in there. And it is rusty crusty. So, this screwdriver is probably way too big. Try to grab another one. We're going to try to get that jet out, as long as we don't mess up the carburetor in the process. Doesn't act like it's going to want to come out, does it? Oh, no. Yeah, it's not coming out. It's just rounding off. Dang it. Alright, well, we're not going to be able to get that out. That's unfortunate. Because we won't be able to get the carburetor totally clean that way. But I will still be able to put my piece of wire in there and try and open that jet up a little bit. There we go. There it went through. We'll blow through it a little bit. Oop, going right in the camera, ain't it? So we want to blow back up through here. Yep, we're open all the way through now. That's good. That's a good sign. Go ahead and shoot a little bit. Whoa! A little bit down through here and clean our bore out a little bit. There we go. Spray off all this gunk under here. Okay. Now I believe we can go ahead and slap our carburetor back on our engine. Well, I need to put this main jet back in there first. Getting a little bit ahead of myself. And I'm going to go ahead and leave that right where it is, because hopefully it ran in that position. Don't want to get it all wonky. I don't know why I've started saying wonky lately. Kind of a new thing, I guess, but I think that's actually a British thing. My mom was trying to tell me about that, some sort of a wonky donkey kid story or something, I don't know. I've been saying it for years. Years and years and years. All right. Get our carburetor mounted back on here. And then once we get that going, we'll go over and check on our tank, see how it's coming along. It should be drying out nicely, I hope. And then hopefully pretty soon we'll have ourselves a little running 6S here. You would think that would spring back. Oh, that recoil's definitely kind of goofy. It's definitely connected to the governor. Alright, I'm gonna go take a look at our tank. Alright, I got our tank as dry as I can get it in the sunlight. It's pretty rusty still, but at least we got all the big chunks out. Should be good enough to run. So we're going to go ahead and slap it on back together. Which way does this gasket go? I think our gasket's going to go about like that. So what we'll do is we'll go ahead and put the gasket there like that and bring our fuel tank up. Take our screws and set them down in our carburetor here. We'll lining stuff up. Hey you, come on. So maybe this is going to be a little easier said than done, huh? Maybe I need to get the gasket to stay up here on the carb. Run my screws down through that to hold the gasket. And then all I'll have to do is line up the tank. Sorry guys, I'm kind of fighting a head cold again this morning. I woke up with a sore throat again. Was just getting over it. Now it's like I got it back again. I don't know. can't seem to stay well for some reason. Oh, come on now. Okay, there we go. Now we got the tank. There we go. This is going to be fun trying to start this with that recoil rope as short as it is, because it's going to be like starting an old kickstart bike or an old kickstart Harley. You're going to have to about pull her up on compression and give her the goods. All right, let's get all this stuff out of here. What do you guys think? Is it going to start? I see no reason why it won't. I just remembered I put that plug in there finger tight. I need to tighten that down real quick. There we go. Let's go ahead and get all this stuff out of the way. All right, we're going to put a little bit of fuel down the tank. That should be plenty. These little tanks don't hold much. These old engines are actually pretty fuel efficient when they come down to it. Okay. Now I'm not real familiar with which way is choke and which way is not. I think in is choke, out is off. So I'm going to go ahead and put our air cleaner box, air cleaner and everything back on it. We are going to try to fire this little engine up and just hope and pray that it does what it should do. Alright, so I'm going to say that's choke on. Alright, not going to give it any carb cleaner at first, we're just going to see what it does. Here we go. Like I said, we about got to get her up on compression. Uh-oh, okay. Like I suspected, my pull rope pulled right out of the hole, so I guess we're going at it again. Didn't do very quality work, did I? Dagnabbit. Well, sorry guys. A little frustrating, but it happens. If I'd have shot her a little bit of carb cleaner, it probably would have popped off the first hit. I kind of wanted to see if it was going to do what it should do, prime itself and fire up. We're not getting very much, not getting very many revs out of a pull on that. It just seems like there's not much spring tension left in there to get enough winds around there. If that makes any sense. Alright. Good news is the second time you do it, you're faster at it, right? That's how that should work. I like to try to imagine what this engine might have been on. I had one almost identical to it that was on a reel mower. I pulled it out of a scrap pile for $5, I think. Worked out pretty well. Wound up being a pretty good running engine when I got done with it. I wound up selling it to a collector. It was in a lot worse shape than this one is. Oh, can't lose your washers. Alright. I think we're going to go with this little bit newer rope here this time. I think we're getting more spring tension out of it this time too. Seems like anyway. I need to go get my pliers. Can't ever just get the angle of the dangle right where it goes right through, you know. It's always got to be kind of a fight. There we go. There we got her. That one has a nice big knot on the end of it, so it's not going to pull through. Okay. Alright, cool deal. We got quite a bit more in there that time, I think. At least I hope so. I gotta get the knot out of the other one. I kind of packed it in there, pulling on it. Trying to get that big knot back out that I put in there. There it is. Okay. Alright. Oh, wasting a lot of starter rope. Good thing it's not good starter rope. Well, this stuff here is actually pretty decent, but there just wasn't a lot of it. Can't stand it when that insulation on the end comes off. I used to take a propane torch and hit them with it, and then it'd stop it from coming apart like that. But I'm out of propane right now. Hank Hill would be mad at me. I sell propane and propane accessories. Nothing wrong with loving what you do, that's for sure. Hank Hill loved what he did. He sold propane and propane accessories. You know. Had a good wife, little kid, dog running around. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing at all wrong with that. That's called living the dream here in America. Actually, I think I got a little butane lighter over here. Let me go grab it so I can try to get that to go through. Forgot I had this. All right. we go. Should do it. Toast up the end of that rope a little bit. And hopefully we'll get her to shove right through there now. Oh no, actually we didn't. Might be a little bit. Diameter of this might be wrong. Let's try to cut a couple of crusties off the ends here. And let's try it again. Yeah, that's what I thought. There it goes. There it goes. You can hear Fraggle's nemesis over there, my neighbor's rooster, going to town. Fraggle's letting it go today though. He's not crowing right back like he normally does. All right. Okay. Back where we need to be again. Back where we should have been. All right, here we go. Get it all lined up. Get the bolts started back up here in the brackets. Oh, never mind. Forgot to put that top piece on there again. Lose my head if it wasn't attached sometimes, guys, I tell you. Deep in thought about a lot of things right now. Not just this engine. I know that's not how it should be, but for me, that's how it's been my whole life. I'm always thinking about something else, you know. Head's always a million different ways. Sunday, think a lot about God, my family, and stuff going on in my life. Wondering what you guys might be thinking about out there while you're watching this video. Wonder if God's working in your life, leading you guys out of spiritual Egypt into the promised land. I hope so. Nobody should have to be stuck in Babylon. Sadly, most of us are by our own choice. Here we go. Alright, there's our set screws. Not our set screws, our machine screws. Top part down. There's that. Run our side screws in here. And we're going to be ready to try again. Oh, the bird's got a nest right up there. Making a racket. All right, there we go. Okay. I'm gonna leave this one screwdriver out in case I gotta finagle with that carb. Okay, now we're back where we ought to be. Here we go again. I'm just not sure we're getting any fuel to it. Smells like it though. Let me pop that plug out and have a look. Maybe we flooded it. Definitely getting some spins out of it now though. I think that Recoil freed up that spring and freed up that recoil a little bit. Brought it back around. Oh goodness gracious, yeah. Yeah, we're pulling all kinds of damp in there. Mercy me. Okay. Great. I love the sound these old Briggs make when they got the plug out. They sound like they're gurgling water. They're like boop, 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 boop. Let's try heating that plug up just a little bit here. Oh shit, ow, lit my hand on fire. Sorry for the cuss words, guys. I don't like being on fire. That wasn't the smartest thing I ever did. Not by a long shot. I'm okay though. Like I said, my head's not in the places that it should be today. Got a lot going on upstairs, so forgive me. But hey, you guys got to see a grown man light himself on fire for a second on live video. Hopefully the camera caught it. So. Sorry for cussing at you though. I don't like to cuss. Sometimes they slip out in moments like that. Throw out an expletive here or there. Forgive me. Hopefully you didn't have little children watching. I'd feel awful about that. Might try to edit that cuss word out if I get a chance to, or if I'm able to. Okay, there's that. Let's take the choke off and we'll take our air cleaner off. I think it might be hindering us more than anything else. Seems like it might need some airflow. Set our air box over here, air cleaner, whatever you want to call it. Okay, let's try it again. There goes nothing. Okay, well, it didn't like revving up. It idled. Didn't like revving up too good. Let's see if it'll fire back up for us. Uh-oh. I think our recoil just turned loose on us. I think our spring just let loose. Man, I can't believe that. We got it running and it quit again. Okay. I guess we're coming apart again. This thing really needs a recoil. It's just crazy that just came apart like that. It ran though. It was smoking a little bit, but that's not uncommon. I got curl in the cylinder. This engine might be warm, you don't know. You've been running long enough to find out. One of these days I'm going to buy myself a 1/2-inch drill. So that way I can just wheel them right over. We'll pull the recoil back off of there and see if we can't fix it again. Temporarily, I'm sure, but maybe so. big of a freaking knot I need to have on there, but I guess that's not enough. Third time's a charm, I guess. My goodness. I just cannot believe that. Cannot believe that was not enough of a knot to hold that in there longer than that. Unbelievable. Pull it that way. Yeah, put it go like this. There we go. Sometimes I think I'm losing my mind, guys, losing my marbles. See, that just doesn't act right. Some of you older guys out there that have tips on these older Briggs and Stratton engines like this, maybe you can give me a few pointers. But I'm betting somebody's wallered that thing out at one point in time. I mean, when this thing was originally put together, it was probably had big old heavy twine or something in there, I'm guessing. I don't know. Okay. That's about as much as I dare try to give it. Oh, would you look at that? I even got it through there the first time. Now, it just doesn't seem possible for that to pull through that hole. And that's the end I had on the recoil end. So, I guess we'll try that. I guess we'll try that one this time. See how well that goes for us. Hopefully better than last time. That's all I gotta say. Had to do the same thing 3 times over, and I got nobody to blame but myself. And there that end's coming out again. Dang at it. If I didn't know any better, I'd say this little engine's out to get me. Trying to light me on fire and such. Go up through there now? Maybe? I hope. Come on, you can do it. Don't let that out there now. Gotta want it. Still not burning enough, is it? It's okay. Okay, I just didn't have it burned enough. All right. Okay. Really hoping third time's a charm. That just seems ridiculous for how many times I just had to do that. I don't think I've ever had to redo a recoil that many times in my life. I don't know about you guys. Maybe you guys have, but I don't know. It just seems a bit much. But you know, I'm showing you guys everything. All the bloopers, all the screw ups, and I forgot to put the dang thing on there again. I need to get out of my head. Need to get out of my mind. Getting a little frustrated with myself today. God will give me grace for it. I should be able to give myself grace too, right? This is why I'm not a heart surgeon. Right here. Put the patient back together and the dang heart would still be sitting there on the table. Oh. Have you ever done that? Got all the way finished with a job, only to realize you left out an important piece and it was still sitting there on the bench. I've done it more times than I can count. You know, because you get out here and start thinking about other things you need to do and what else you're going to do today. Things that you shouldn't. Mind wanders where it will. All right, almost back to where we need to be. This little 6S is giving me a run for my money today. Okay. Try it again. Choke on. Choke off. More carb cleaner. Plug flooded again. Yeah, flooded big time. All right. I'm gonna have to get my air wand out, blow that. Alright. So I'm wondering if what's happening is this thing's not set too far out for settings. So we're going to go ahead and run it until it stops. Come back out a half turn. 1.5 turns. Blow our plug off here. I think we'll try to heat it up a little bit again. And with any kind of luck, maybe we'll get this thing to start. We got it to run a little bit, but not near enough. All right, let's try it again. I had the choke on that whole time. I'll about bet you it flooded again because I had that choke on the whole time. Shoot myself in the foot at every turn. Yep, soaking wet again. Dang. All right. I think we're getting way too much fuel. Let's go ahead and bring our adjustment in just a little bit here. Try backing it out just a smidge. Try it again. Just doesn't seem likely that this thing hasn't fired yet. Yeah. Unbelievable. Just unbelievable how much fuel is in that. I'm going to try to bring it up on top dead center here. Right there it is. All right. Okay. Blow the plug off. Just blow the plug off. And of course my lighter's not wanting to light here. So I think we'll give it just a tickle of carb cleaner right down in the cylinder here. Just a little tiny bit. Go. See if it won't pop on that. It should. You would think that it should. All right, try this again. Just kind of seems like this little engine's not wanting to run. The guy said it needed TLC, but man, this is a lot of TLC. Yeah, we're wet all over again. Is our plug even firing still? Loose spark. Come on. No, we still got spark. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to run this all the way in. I don't really know what else to do here. And then back up on TDC again. There it is. I think I'm going to give it a little more Recoil. Maybe it wiped the rings down. Much fuel has been in there. Just a little bit of that. Roll around. Come on back up top dead center. Well, blow it out again. Okay. Try it again. Trial and error, that's what it takes sometimes. This is crazy. Okay. Here we go. I just cannot believe this thing is not firing up. Temperamental old engine. Haven't had one fight me like this in a while. Yeah, we're soaked again. That's crazy. Thinking we might have an issue with this main jet where it's not shutting all the way down, it's just letting a bunch of fuel by it. That's what I'm thinking it is anyway. Not a whole lot else it could be at this point. Yeah, it's just flooding right on by. Pulling way too much fuel. Try and shut that down a little more. Just seems kind of crazy to me. It should have lit off though by now, in all reality. Really should have. Temperamental engine. Very temperamental. Might have to drain the tank on it in order to get it to run again. I think it's just pulling too much fuel right through that needle. Right there. That's my thoughts on it anyway. Yeah, the plug's just coming out soaked every time. Every single time, plug's just coming out absolutely soaked. Yeah, I think I'm gonna drop the tank, drain the fuel out of it, and then we'll see if we can't get it to run. I think that's about the best option I got at this point. I think that carburetor's screwy. Alright, we got nothing left in the tank. Nothing left in there for it to flood out on. So if it's got nothing left in the tank to pull, shouldn't be able to flood it out. I mean, it's obviously got enough compression to pull the fuel up, so that's good. And I got to go over there and kill a little bit of weeds with some expensive fuel. I heard yesterday in Illinois here, our glorious governor passed another bill that's going to make our gasoline go up 40 cents a gallon to help pay for all this green infrastructure. They want to build a wind farm right over here, not even a mile down the road from my house. A huge one that basically just surrounds our town. I'm totally against that. Totally against that. Okay. So hopefully it won't flood out anymore. I mean, mean, we might have to draw through the carburetor what's left in the carburetor, but I don't know. It ran once, it stands to me that it should run again. And I'm not going to give up till it does. Yeah, flooded again. Just insanity. You giving up on me now too? I think I can now understand why this guy wanted to throw this thing out by the wayside for some scrap metal. I'm not there yet, but I understand him. Okay. So now we got it to the point where it actually wants to run. That's what I figured. I figured it was probably flooding out. All right. Okay. I'm going to add a little bit of gas to the tank. A little tiny bit, not a full tank. I'm going to try that little bit right there. Dear Lord, let it run, please. Please let it run. Should have ran by now. Now it makes me wonder if it's not drawn out of the tank at all. Maybe our carburetor was just that full of gas. That's what it seems like. I'm going to shut the choke, see what that does for us. Open the choke. Okay. Open this a little bit. fire back up. That was quite a bit of work for a carburetor that was massively out of tune when I started, and then a carburetor that must have just been slam packed full of fuel because it was way out of adjustment and I didn't catch it. So again, my error. Had to redo the pull string on it 3 times. So yeah, I mean, just craziness. But all in all, pretty neat little engine, pretty good running little engine. Probably the perfect example of why you don't work on things when you got a lot of stuff on your mind, but hey, that's all right. We persevered, we endured, and God led us right through it. So, yeah. Life is a very, very funny thing, very fleeting thing. That's what's been on my mind a lot lately, is how fleeting life is and how short the time goes, and how much time we actually spend working to pay for our own lives. I don't know. It just kind of doesn't even seem right and fair to me, but the book of Ecclesiastes has helped me through that, helped me to see that really is a man's lot in life. And I got pressed by the Lord a while ago. I need to do a sit down and read through Ecclesiastes on the channel. Some of you guys might not like that, but that's okay. God told me to do it, so I'm going to do it. But yeah, basically says there's nothing better for a man than to enjoy his work, enjoy his labor, have something good to eat every once in a while, and something good to drink. That's basically what it says. So I mean, you know, the love of a good woman, good food, good people around you, and a good God who never gives up on you. Kind of like I wasn't willing to give up on this little engine. Younger me would have walked away from it a long time ago and thrown it on the scrap pile, but older me, he likes to see the finish line. He wants to finish well, you know. Speaking of myself in the third person, sorry about that. I know that's kind of weird, but I'm sure some of you guys do that too. I'm sure you're not on the channel because I'm a normal everyday guy. I'm really not. But anyway, we got this old Briggs 6S going here, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you didn't get bored halfway through and shut me off. Some of you probably did, and I wouldn't blame you. If I had to watch an hour of somebody cranking on something and messing with a carburetor, well, I may not stick around either. But Jesus always sticks around for us though, doesn't he? He's always there at a moment's notice. We can call on him at any time. We can cast our cares on him, the Bible says. He says, pick up his yoke and our burdens will be lightened. I'm here to tell you that's the truth. Is there still frustration? Yes. Can there still be anger? Yes. Can there still be all kinds of things? Yes. But he'll guide you through them and he'll help you see them in a different way than you ever did before. So, with that being said, guys, I hope you have a blessed week. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day and God bless.